Hey everyone, we're going to be playing Thy Flesh Consumed on Ultraviolence, but this video is going to be different because all the gameplay footage is pre-recorded, because this episode was hell. I had a real tough time with it. It kicked my ass, so I figured it'd be better to just pre-record all the video and then commentate over it. Right off the bat, you can see you're given a shotgun trap, and it's fine, it's easy to deal with, it gives you shotgun ammo. You just hug the entrance and deal with them. Right here is a rocket launcher early on. It's a good idea to just grab it in that secret, and then grab the armor. And behind those bars is an invisible wall to the right that has enemies behind it. Now, they're either triggered by sound or sight, I don't know, but that's where they're coming. When they teleport in, they're hidden behind that wall. And they seem to come in almost randomly, or whenever they want to. So you're gonna often see me going in between rooms to make sure that anything that got teleported in, I'm gonna go back and just deal with it. So grabbing that rocket launcher early helps us deal with this big boy Baron here. You don't want to miss because you're only giving 12 shots, and I miss and I splash damage myself. I take him out anyway. 12 shots is more than enough to deal with one Baron. I think you only really need 5 or 6, but auto aim, it just does not want to cooperate sometimes. What can I say? Now this level isn't that difficult per se, it's just the teleporting enemies. It's kind of a hassle. It inflates the challenge a little bit. Instead of having set enemy spawns, you're now having to contend with rooms you've already dealt with that you thought you cleared out, but they're not clear because, again, enemies are teleporting in behind that invisible wall, or fake wall if you will. It's mostly just clear out a few rooms, you get this red skull key card, whatever, and open one door, get the other key, and then leave. Like I said, I'm shooting this invisible wall to kill some enemies that may be lingering behind there so they don't have to teleport in. And then backtracking to the locked red door. There's a blue key, skull key behind it, grabbing it, and then leaving. I think the toughest part of this whole level is the Baron, because if you don't know about that rocket launcher secret, you're gonna have to shotgun it to death, which is not ideal. And also, I still haven't figured out quick save, quick load buttons. I don't know why. So for the rest of the episode, when you see that, I still didn't bother to figure it out. I don't know why. Why? I could figure it out. I just didn't. I'm sorry. But when I get to Doom 2, that won't be a problem. Also, there's a 9 Inch Nails death secret in there. We don't need to show it off. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. Level 2, and already shotgun blast to the face. If you don't deal with those guys first, you're in for a bad time. You're also going to want to take out all the imps and cackle demons, and it's just so chaotic. I mean, look at all these projectiles, fireballs flying right at me. It's insane. But you get enough shotgun ammo at the beginning. If you take a step back, there's a box of shells, and then you get ammo from 2 shotgunners, or shotgun zombie men. sergeants, whatever, whatever, you know what they're called. And if you don't know what they're called, they're just shotgun men. But it just, the beginning of this level is just staying here and wiping out everything. I waste a rocket on an imp because why not? I should have used the rockets on the Cacos, but I didn't. I don't know. Now you're only given that one radiation suit to deal with the damaging floors, so you have to be as quick as possible to do anything that requires you to walk over the damaging surface. Ideally, if you have the rockets now to go into the next room and just funnel them through this little narrow pathway that you'll see in a second, but I decided to just shotgun them instead. I don't know, because the rockets down that hallway, sure, it's a one-way ticket for my rockets to hit them, but it's also a one-way ticket for their projectiles to hit me. And that suit only lasts 60 seconds. So I just played it safe and decided to just use my shotgun on them. Again, sorry for the escape menu saving and loading, but as you can see from that fade in edit, this area took me a bunch of tries. Now, I should have just loaded right there to avoid that damage because I fell instead of hitting that switch, but I decided to just press on. Right here, you're going to see another safety save. I'm going to be doing a lot of those throughout this episode because Thy Flesh Consumed really kicked my ass. And it's the episode I've played the least. I'm still familiar with it, I just don't play it as often as the other three because it's a little ball busting. It busts my chops. But that's this little hallway that I just walked through. That was what I was talking about earlier, where if you have enough time on the radiation suit, you can have those Barons just line up and you could just continuously volley rockets at them. But sometimes auto aim doesn't like to work, and I just played it safe and decided not to. Speaking of Barons, as soon as you get that plasma gun, there's 4 of them to deal with, which is, really fun, but we're going to use this hallway trick to kind of try to take them out. It doesn't really work the way I wanted it to, but eventually they die. Trying to pre-fire this Baron here with the rockets and hoping that the auto aim takes. Doesn't really want to, except for a couple shots. I could have reloaded, but I didn't have that many rockets to begin with, so I just kind of waste the last 4 through this doorway here, fire a few plasma bolts, and I have no idea watching this footage right now if any of that damage took. Seems to for that one Baron. This one here, I just decided to finish off with the shotgun. It might have gotten splash damage, I have no idea. But they're dead. That's all that matters. Now, I don't have all the level data on how many monsters are in each level with Thy Flesh Consumed, but I want to say that level 2 has the most Barons in it. You'll see in a sec, you know, if that crossfade safety save was any indication of how many times I've retried this one particular area and just doing another save so I didn't have to do that jump continuously. There's 3 more friggin' barons here. I honestly think this level has the most barons. Again, just to remind you, anytime you see a crossfade, just assume that I spent way too long in a particular spot before I did another safety save. I think I got real lucky here because the last plasma bolt ended up killing that Baron. Yeah, I mean, there's more ammo there, but I could have died with Fireball at only 19% health, and there's another friggin' Baron. And a Spectre, but, you know, the Baron, that's, I don't even know. There's 2 at the beginning, there was 4 for the yellow key card, there's 2 down here. I think there's another one up ahead. Then there was the 3 sitting on that pillar. And you know, when you see one lingering lost soul, there was going to be like 50,000 around the corner, and lo and behold, there they are. And Doom 1 lost souls are if you have the plasma rifle and the ammo to deal with them, that's fine. Doom 2 rectifies the lost soul problem with the super shotgun, which is, I can't wait to get to Doom 2, but oh yeah, another Baron, by the way. Like I said earlier, there was another one. But yeah, it just, Lost Souls, they're more of an annoying inconvenience than anything, but they're easy to deal with. Now, there's a Cyber Demon up there stomping around. What you're not going to see is that you're able to backtrack a little bit in this level and telefrag it and get a BFG early. However, I spent almost an hour and a half on this level retrying certain areas. I had to walk away and come back, and I just wanted to get this level done and over with as quickly as possible, so I just chainsawed through those cacos and hit that end level switch. The beginning of this level is just a whole bunch of enemies trying to kill you all at once, so the only remedy to this problem is to slaughter every single thing that is in your way. Now this map just has a couple of arena type areas with a whole bunch of enemies that you just need to kill. I think I died once in this area in particular. It's not really, this level's not really that hard. It's just I died because I wasn't paying attention to a fireball or an imp or something. Now right here, these stairs, you could technically strafe run and jump this gap, but I screwed it up. So thank God for that radiation suit, and I have enough rockets to deal with that Baron. There are two lava rivers, both with a staircase that you could strafe run over. So you could do that, but I didn't. I don't know why. It would have made this map a little bit easier. It would also made it over a little bit quicker. So I used a bunch of rockets to clear out this area, and it might seem like a waste, but this level has so many rocket pickups that I'll get that ammo back. It's not a big deal. Right here, we are witnessing a classic instance of the auto-aim not wanting to cooperate. Honestly don't know how I survived this little area with 4% health because I took 2 direct shotgun blasts to the face. I'm just spamming rockets here, hoping splash damage does some of the work. Again, this level has so many rocket pickups that it doesn't matter how many I waste, I'm gonna get that ammo back eventually. So, I died in the next upcoming area way too many times. It's embarrassing how many times I died to stupid things because I wasn't paying attention, so just keep that in mind when you see the following footage. So the rest of this level is pretty easy. It's just that beginning section where it throws the hordes of enemies at you that may be a little overwhelming to some, but once you deal with that, as long as you're paying attention, unlike me, where I died to some stupid stuff here and there, and it's the crossfades, it's pretty smooth sailing for the rest of the level. So you can get this invincibility sphere earlier on in the level. I just didn't for some reason. I got it now instead. It's kind of a waste to use it now since there's not really that many threats that would require you to have a whole invincibility sphere power up for. I'm just using it for fun at this point. But you can get it early to help deal with all those demons at the beginning. I mean, I say that invincibility sphere was a waste, but I take way too much damage from this lava floor. I made a poor decision. I have no health after dealing with that Baron, but somehow I managed to live through that and finish the level. So there's this Baron up here that I could deal with, but instead I just decided to grab the blue skull key and book it out of there. And right here you'll see a successful strafe run jump that I was talking about earlier. Doom doesn't have jumping, but you can run real fast over things. And here's the other spot you can do that strafe run jump over to get the blue skull earlier if you want to. Yeah, I should mention that this end screen is recycled from Doom 2, so no map. So map 4 is pretty basic, pretty simple. I don't think there's that many interesting things to talk about, if I'm honest, except for going up here to that area after I deal with all these enemies. There is a torch that you can activate to get to a secret berserk pack. I think that's about it, honestly. I'm just gonna let the rest of this map just play out. I guess I should talk about the Berserk power-up. The Berserk pack will give you 100 health if you are below 100, and it will multiply your fist damage by 10, not for just when your screen is tinted red, but for the rest of the level. So if you don't have a chainsaw, it is a good choice to pull out the fist and punch lower level demons if you need to save ammo. And just like that, we're at the end of this level. I think it is the shortest level in the entire episode, and it is the least challenging. So map 5 is a pretty solid map. It's not too challenging, but it's challenging enough. It has enough enemies, but not an overwhelming amount of enemies. It's pretty fun. I like it. Little mazy in spots, but yeah, it's not difficult to navigate. This pinky bite could have easily been avoided. It is the easiest attack to avoid, and yet somehow I managed to let that Spectre pinky bite me in the ass. So this part in particular of the map is a little bit mazy, but it's really not that hard to deal with or navigate at all. Just kind of remembering your bearings, where you've been, and getting through it. So grabbing this invincibility spear way late, almost not needed for me at this point because I've dealt with all the enemies I'm going to be dealing with and then ending the level. The BFG up there is there to grab in case you didn't get it in map 2 by telefragging the Cyber Demon, which I didn't, as you saw. So just decide to grab it here. It's easy to get. You just run, jump out the window if you're playing as vanilla as possible, because the original Doom didn't have a jump button. Source Ports had a jump feature, but I just wanted to play as original as possible. Alright, so map 6, the recording file for this level alone was almost an hour. I don't know why I had so much trouble with this map. It seems pretty simple when you're looking at all the footage, but you're gonna see a few jump cuts that will show you that those sections alone gave me so much trouble that I've had to edit out a bunch. Yeah, honestly, it's not that difficult. It's just I can't tell you why I had a hard time, to be honest. But in the midsection and towards the end is when I had the most trouble, and you'll see it when we get there. But my God, by the time I was done with this level, I had to walk away. So right here, I am trying to kill these specters in the lava pit because they're to the left in that pit area, taking the left path. There is a rad suit, but there are pinkies blocking it. So I'm trying to flush them out and kill them with the auto aim, but it doesn't want to cooperate. So this is where I have, a safety save, and I end up just jumping down there with the chainsaw, taking damage, and then getting the suit. But that was like 5 or 6 tries right there that I had to cut out because either the pinky didn't want to cooperate, I spent too much time on the damaged lava floor, or I died to some other stuff. But yeah, it's a mess. Now there is from that safety save earlier, if you go towards the right of the like little horseshoe path or whatever, there is a narrow passageway that will end up taking you to this floor here, but it's just filled with a whole bunch of cacodemons and zombie shotgunners, and you don't really need to go there. There's an invincibility power up there, but you need the red skull key. It's not really necessary unless you want to get a few med packs, but you might end up losing that health anyway, so I just decided not to take that path and just go straight for the middle teleporter here that, like I said, depending on which way you enter it, will take you to a different room, one of them being the blue skull key, and the other being a whole bunch of rockets. So, and again, you only have the 2 rad suits in this section, so that's why I have another safety save here to figure out which way I have to go into the teleporter and do what I need to do before time runs out. Again, another save because I think the only way to get the red skull key is to run jump over that to this ledge here. I honestly don't think there's another way to get here besides jumping over, so it took me a few tries. I don't know if you can really see the edit there that after the save, but it took me like 1 or 2 tries because I messed up the jump to get to this area. And another edit, of course, because at 31 health, you mess up a rocket through this window dealing with the bear, and that's, you know, death. So, couple of tries edited out of me accidentally killing myself with splash damage, a couple because either the Caco got me or the Baron got me, or I ran in here to these imps and they slashed me, or these Cacos coming up, sneak attack, and, you know, shot me in the ass with a fireball. So again, a lot of the save edits in this video are because of this map. I honestly think this one has the most of it, thinking about it and looking back now. This definitely has the most edits, this level. I mean, of course, Cyber Demon here killed me a few times, so that's at least 15-20 minutes of tries edited out, because I tried to attack the Cyber Demon first rather than just going over here and doing what I need to do, which is, of course, getting the yellow skull key. There's another BFG on the ledge to deal with the Cyber Demon. Of course, there's a teleport to get close to the Cyber Demon. But for some reason, I felt like I was going to attack it head on rather than finish what I needed to do in the map first. So, my own stupidity for why it took me so long to finish this map, honestly. And a little telefrag kill right there is always nice. And then it's just, I rush up to the Cyber Demon, a few BFG shots takes care of it, and that's the end of the level. And when I finished this level, I couldn't have been happier, and I took a break for at least 20 minutes before recording the rest of the episode. So map 7 had a few false starts that I had to edit out because I'm so low on health that I died to maybe one shotgunner. shooting me in the face or an imp fireball, but I like this map. It's pretty fun. I think I got legitimately spooked a little bit there with the false wall just disappearing like that, but you know, I think there's a couple of those in this level, but this first one I think got me a little bit, I'm gonna be honest. So there's no save edit there. Legitimately only took 3 tries to do. I don't. It should have only taken 1, maybe 2. But yeah, 3. some reason, I really like this courtyard battle fight thing. I don't know. It looks well done. You got a center point of interest there. You have a couple fireball throwing enemies in the corners to keep you on the edge, so you're not standing still while you're dealing with all the enemies on the ground. I don't know. I had fun with this area in the map. I should mention that because I didn't get the yellow skull key, I'm missing out on a little bit of this level, namely a cyber demon fight. It's a small room, there's an invincibility sphere, and you just obliterate it with the BFG. But yeah, it's not in this recording, but there's other people on YouTube who I'm sure showed it off a lot better than I could. So I could peek left and peek right through that door to kill all the enemies, but instead I decided to just funnel them all through the door, take out my shotgun, and just blast them all away. Map 8, I think, is a good solid final level for Thy Flesh Consumed. By this point, you have enough ammo and resources to deal with all the enemies that it throws at you. It's pretty linear. I think there's only a couple areas that you really are dealing with, this entryway area and another battle arena with a whole bunch of enemies, and then after that it's just a final room with the final boss, and you know, it's a good level to wrap up the whole episode. So yeah, again, the Spider Demon or Spider Demon Mastermind is a joke. A couple BFG shots, it's down. I feel like it's weaker than the Cyber Demon. I don't know, but yeah, after that, it's just you can exit the level by jumping through that portal, which I do. You could kill all the enemies, but I think at this point I was just really sick and tired of dealing with this episode, so I just wanted it over. And as you can see, the Spider Mastermind must have sent forth its legions of Hellspawn before your final confrontation with that terrible beast from Hell. But you stepped forward and brought forth eternal damnation and suffering upon the Horde, as a true hero would in the face of something so evil. Besides, someone has got to pay for what they hate. Blah blah. The fucking plot. It's plot. Okay, you avenged Bunny with Jibitu. Yeah, it's die flesh consumed. It's over. I don't want to touch this on ultraviolence for a long time, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, take care.